Did you know that Zoom can actually see if you're concentrating on a call? To be fair, it can only track the attention when someone is actually sharing a screen, and if the administrator of the call hasn't made the setting mandatory, users can disable the feature. But it's interesting and it shows that people can actually measure what we're doing on calls. I recently read an article, I think it was the Harvard Business Review, and it suggested that up to 65% of your audience are actually doing something else when they're on a Zoom call. Pretty scary if you're running the event and you're relying on the engagement to be a success, which, face it, is what most events are doing. So, if your audience isn't excited and engaged by the content, your event is not going to do what you want it to do, is it? And it's just going to be a waste of time and money. So, then how can we do that? How can we how can we keep people more engaged on our events? So, there's lots of different ways. I'm going to give you a few tips now. So, first of all, keep it simple, keep it short, keep it bite sized. We have really ever decreasing attention spans, so we need to be stimulated in short bursts, so to speak. So, what you're doing needs to be very varied and it needs to be quite tight. So, no rambling for ages, no long lectures. If you use slides, which I don't generally because I don't trust my abilities to get them to work, but if you do, they need to be really concise. Just bullet points, not loads and loads of information. People just can't absorb it all, and the chances are they'll just remember one bit, and it might not be the most important bit from the slide. So keep the slides really clear, precise, with just the key points on them that you need. Keep the messages really brisk. You really want to think short and sweet with everything that you do. Next, variety. It's about mixing it up. It's about every 5 minutes in your event or your meeting, do something different. Either bring a new face on, change of pace completely, ask everybody a question, do a little bit of interaction. Simple, quick, varied, remember? Now, the other thing is to be a little bit more lively, maybe more than you would be normally. So moderate your voice a lot, change the pace and the tone and the speed and all that kind of business. You want to think about just being as unpredictable as possible. Keep things lively, throw in a joke, do something unexpected. These are the way that you keep people engaged. These are the ways that you keep people engaged, rather. I think as well, it's about giving people aha moments, quick aha moments. Literally tell a story with what you say rather than a long rambling way. Get there quickly using metaphors and similes and all these great things we have in our language. The most useful word is imagine. As soon as you say imagine to somebody, if I say to you now, imagine a beach and a sunset and the sound of the sea lapping on the shore, your brain has immediately gone and imagined just that. Instead of imagine a cold, rainy afternoon in October, which is what's really happening. But you imagine the beach because I told you to imagine. It's a great instruction. People just start imagining when you talk about it. So next tip, interrupt your flow a lot, ask for questions, make comments that force a small detour. Really, really helpful for adding variety. It wakes people up, makes them think differently, makes them stay more attached to what you're saying because you've shaken them up a little bit and you've given them something exciting to think about. Those are just a few tips. There are many more. I'll make another video about those.